So the leaks for the most recent chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen have finally come out, and the winner is going to be somebody that you were kind of expecting. Some people might have been rooting for the other side, but whether you like it or not, this is the winner for this week, and we're going to kind of get into that with this chapter review. But before we kind of start with that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy anything you see here today, as I make a bunch of different videos very similar to this one. Thank you. The chapter actually starts off with Gojo instantly regaining his arm back, and he of course uses this reverse curse technique, so he's still able to heal. It's just that it's a little bit harder for him right now. He doesn't have as much energy as he did at the start of the fight, but he is able to heal, but it's going to kind of, hinder him healing this arm completely. It's going to make him have even less power going forwards. We then get a very interesting narrator quote, and the narrator is basically talking about the fact that Gojo is way stronger now because of all the black flashes that he's done. And of course we know this, after you do a black flash, you kind of get in, say, sort of, the zone as it was described in the manga and the anime. You're in the zone and you're just way stronger, way more powerful. You're just on top of everything, and that is of course what Gojo is experiencing right now. And we actually get an author comment, or the comment says that Sukuna might actually be feeling nervous or fear for the first time in his life, and this is so similar to when Miram was fighting Netero, when he was kind of like, oh, I'm experiencing fear for the very first time, and this is Sukuna. So Gojo has brought this out of Sukuna. Nobody else in the recorded history of the world of Jujutsu Kaisen has made Sukuna feel this way, and of course it is Gojo that is making him experience that firsthand. So the next couple of sequence of events are insane. Gojo is really on top of everything, and it's kind of like him being Yuji right now. So we get a confirmation that Gojo has hit his third black flash, and this one actually hits Mahoraga, and he then appears right in front of Sukuna. So he's just super fast right now. Like he's so amped up, he's in the zone, and it's honestly crazy. And of course he actually throws Sukuna into Mahoraga, kind of making him stumble on each other, and then he actually hits a fourth black flash in a row. And of course, a lot of Sukuna fans aren't going to like this, but it's actually Mahoraga that is blocking this attack from hitting Sukuna, so he's actually really saving Sukuna in this fight. Like, if it was not for Mahoraga and the other cursed spirits kind of being out, Sukuna really would have gotten defeated a long time ago, so it just kind of shows how Mahoraga is sort of a crutch for him going on in this fight. Gojo is not skipping a beat, and he instantaneously actually goes to fire off a red, and Sukuna kind of, thinks this. He's like, maybe this is a cursed technique red that he's about to shoot, so he wants Mahoraga to get hit by it so that he can adapt to it, and so that he can have another thing kind of adapted to that he can obviously block from Gojo. And right now, this just shows the high IQ of Gojo. Gojo actually shoots this up into the air, and Sukuna's thinking like, why is he shooting the hollow technique, or the red technique, up into the air? And it's actually because the blue technique that he shot off before actually didn't dissipate. So it's still up in the air, and he's actually going to have them both mixed together and of course make a hollow purple. So Sukuna realizes this instantaneously, and he's like saying, no, Mahoraga, you gotta stop this from happening. I need you to go demolish that blue first. And obviously, when he's trying to do this, Gojo goes in between Mahoraga and he completely stops him. He says, no, you're not going to do this, and he punches Mahoraga back. So Sukuna, obviously trying to save the situation and not get attacked by a hollow purple from point blank like this, is trying his best to dissipate either blue or red, one of them, to make it so that they don't connect together. And he tries to use one of his piercing blood attacks, the water version, on, the red technique, and he does succeed in doing it, but Gojo is actually able to kind of use a chant, and he's just amplifying his blue technique with this chant. He makes it way bigger, way tougher, so that it's still there. Like, even if he destroyed some of the red, it's still going to connect with that blue, and this is going to be what happens in the chapter. We do know that red and blue did connect, and Gojo then starts to do the chant for hollow purple, and we get to see a very cool quote on the leaks where it says that Yuta actually starts apologizing, and this is because in the previous chapter he was saying, let me go actually help Gojo out, let me try to aid him in this fight, since it kind of seemed like Gojo was on the back foot and he was actually going to get defeated. But that is not the case at all. He isn't going to get defeated, and Yuta's apologizing to Kusakabe, saying like, if I would have went into here, like, it would have hindered him so badly. And this is what we see. The hollow purple does get activated, and it destroys everything in the area, and it hits Sukuna, it hits Gojo himself, it hits everything. The spoilers really make it a point that the fact that the wheel of Mahoraga is destroyed, so it seems like Mahoraga is kind of out. Obviously the other cursed spirit is out, since it wasn't nearly as strong as Mahoraga, or it was very strong but just not as strong as him. So if Mahoraga didn't survive that, that other curse definitely isn't going to survive it. So we get confirmation that they're kind of both down and out, and it's just Sukuna that is left, and we get confirmation that he's just torn ragged. He's messed up. He's really broken down right now. He's actually missing his left hand, so he's honestly done for in this fight. Like, there's no way, and the spoilers actually make it a point to mention the fact that he's not going to be able to use reverse curse techniques. He can't use domain amplification. He can't do anything like that. He's kind of at his base right now, and Gojo actually does have his reverse curse technique back because of all the flashes, or the black flashes. You know, he has all of this. He can actually use his techniques. Gojo's basically already healed himself too. It says he's healed the burns on his face, so Gojo's at his best right now. He's at his peak performance. He can kind of do whatever he wants in this fight, and he's going to determine what happens from here on out. But it seems like Sukuna really is kind of down for the count right now, so we just don't know what Sukuna is going to do, if he's going to pull out his true techniques. What can he do right now to actually survive Gojo, since this is a Gojo that is fully kind of revived. He has his curse techniques back. He has his amplification. He kind of do whatever he wants, so we just don't know how Sukuna is going to survive this. But, you know, there is a break next week, so we're going to have to wait to see what happens, but we can always speculate. We can always speculate what's going to happen in the chapter. Maybe this is the point where Kenjaku is going to come in the way he always does. You know, he comes in at the last second when a certain villain is down and weaker, and he kind of absorbs them. So maybe this is what he's going to do right now. I feel like that's a high probability, but that's just kind of me spitballing what could happen. But definitely let me know what you guys thought of the chapter in the comment section down below. I'm going to make a video about the actual release, but this is just a kind of spoiler for everybody to see. That being said though, like the video if you liked it, and subscribe, as it really does help me out, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys for stopping by. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm out. Peace.